Welcome to the year of the Earth Dog, Sagittarius. Year of the Yang Earth Dog begins on February 16th of 2018, lasting through until February 4th of 2019. Dogs are funny animals. They're great actors, and they easily manipulate their owners, so people who think that they're a dog's master are in for a great realization. People do everything for dogs, so who's really in control, the pet or the person? Animals, especially dogs, are able to perceive angels and are keen sensors of impending geophysical activity. With that said, during this astrological transit, it will be good to know what angelic forces are at play. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verses 29 to 31, now watch this in Webster Bible translation, there are three things which go well. Yes, four are comely in going. A lion which is strongest among beasts and turneth not away for any. A greyhound, a he-goat also, and a king against whom there is no rising up. Now the primary guardian angels for a Yang Earth Dog year are going to be important to know, again, because animals, especially dogs, are keen sensors of these beings, these angelic forces. Now, in the Yang Earth Dog year, the elemental archangel of Earth, traditionally known as Uriel, the earth angel Uriel, will present as guardian angel during this cosmological progression. Year of the Dog in Chinese astrology associates with the zodiac sign of Libra in Western astrology. So, the main association for Year of the Dog in Western astrology, between Chinese astrology, where we have the Year of the Dog, and Western astrology is the sign of Libra. That's the main association. And it's a seasonal thing. Because even though it's a month, you think it's a month, there's greater clocks, obviously. But this is the association. Now, to make it easier for you to understand, we put in, because we have the Far East and then we have the West. So we put in the Middle East association, the month of, the Hebrew month of Tishri. And it also associates with the number 7, because the number 7 is the natural 7th house is Libra, the scales. So when you have the natural chart, we have Aries associated with the first house. You have Libra being the natural 7th house. We balance as the divine tone, and it's associated with commitment and legalities. But it's also a very social sign. And in the Western tradition, you're going to have a little bit of an overlap into Scorpio at the end portion of the transit in the Year of the Dog. But mostly it's going to be associated with Libra and the angels representative of that. So that's why we put the Hebrew month of Tishrei, so you can understand sort of something to help you understand how it all lines up. And we'll get into all this a little bit more later, but we want to make sure you understand that the zodiac sign of Libra, it associates with the archangel of air signs, referred to in many ancient Christians and also Hebrew traditions. So many ancient Christian and Hebrew traditions, as well as in scriptures, as being the archangel Raphael. Zodiac angel of this seasonal attribute of Creator's great clock. Again, the seasonal attribute associates with Libra, which is cardinal air, which associates with Raphael, because he rules over all the air signs and the warm, moist winds of the east. And that's on the earth coordinates. We're going to get into celestial coordinates and earth coordinates a little bit later. We're also going to get into Messianic feng shui, now that we're in the age of Aquarius. It's something that I developed, Messianic feng shui, something I developed, something I've popularized, and I'm going to explain it to you a little bit more later on as we get into some of the more, specific portions of this presentation. Now, we are taught through oral tradition and Kabbalistic writings that astrology archangel or zodiac angel Zuriel is our correspondence for this portion of Creator's astrological transit expressed in extra-biblical Christian and Jewish writings. Zohar is what we recommend as a primary source of written Kabbalistic knowledge. These angels and archangels present in their masculine forms due to Yang elemental association of Yang Earth Dog year. So even if you have like pictures of like the Archangel Gabriel, who often represents in a feminine form, if you have feminine representations, just know that during the Yang Earth Dog year, because it's Yang not Yin, it will present in a masculine form. So just understand that when you invoke or invoke, things are going to come in their masculine form. Okay? Now, the second guardian angels for Yang Earth Dog year. The secondary beings would be the elemental archangel Uriel, will be in effect of air element, of earth element. I'm sorry, elemental archangel Uriel in effect of earth element for entire Earth Dog year. And then elemental archangel Raphael in effect of air element for especially first portion of Yang Earth Dog transit, again due to the autumnal, it's the autumn season, and this latter portion of the autumnal seasonal association with first part of 9th lunar month attributes in Chinese astrology associated with zodiac sign of Libra in first half of year being cardinal air corresponding to zodiac angel Zuriel. Elemental archangel Gabriel in effect of water element for particularly a second portion of Yang Earth Dog transit due to autumnal seasonal second half of 9th lunar month qualities in Chinese astrology associated with zodiac sign of Scorpio in second half of year being fixed water corresponding to zodiac angel Barchiel. And again, awareness of Western and Eastern calendar associations is going to be very, very helpful. So just understand that what we have is we have a time when the sign of Libra is going to bring in Zuriel and bring in a lot of the associations with Raphael. All right. Now, again, the second half of the year, you're gonna get some of the 8th house and Scorpio to Scorpion associations, but that's just in the West. And so, again, it's associated with the year of the dog and the sign of Tishri. Now, for you Sagittarius, the month that you're associated with is Kislev, and that's the natural 9th house association. Okay, Kislev. All right, and that's going to bring you a lot of associations having to do with your life path meaning. Okay, so it can be a very important year for you. Now, Earth and celestial coordinates is something we told you we're going to get into now, because when the second half of Yang Earth Dog year is going to approach, one must become more mindful of angelic Earth and celestial coordinates. Okay, now the attributes are as follow. We have when you call a magical circle or a sacred space, you've got different positioning of the 4 elemental archangels who represent the fixed signs of the zodiac. It's Leo for fire, Michael, and it's Scorpio for water. That's fixed water, Gabriel. You've got fixed earth being Taurus for Uriel, and you've got Aquarius fixed air for Raphael. But they have a different positioning in the sky than they do on the earth. And remember, this is a representation that you see on like the world card in Tarot, and also that you're going to see on the front of many Bibles or in many religious paint. You have these 4, they're called the 4 living creatures, and they're representative of the main archangels that are seen in a larger pixelation of a 90-degree angle. And it's been my contention that the smaller the angels get, lesser and lesser, until it starts to create a curve. That's where you get into what people consider the more feminine attributes, and that's when people start to feel like we're getting into earth, more of an earthly realm than a heavenly realm. That the heavenly tends to be more mathematical, more logical, more kind of angular, and that in the earth realm we get into more of the curvaceous, and we get into things that are artistic and emotional and artistic and all of that. But remember, in Kabbalah, on the masculine side of the tree where we have freedom and emotion, that goes through the body of the goddess Venus or Aphrodite. And when you have in Kabbalah on the side of the tree, which is the feminine side, where you have the goddess, you have Mars and those types of beings of war and discipline, and severity, so mercy, severity. So just understand that there are deeper meanings. And you cannot live in all light, you cannot live in all dark. You have to live in the nexus between the two. Okay. Now, for the earth coordinates, if you're making a magical circle, what you're going to have is the earth coordinates of elemental guardian archangels and angels. The north elemental archangel of earth is Uriel, Earth Angel Uriel, resides in the north for Earth, in Earth coordinates. And when you're doing the Earth coordinates, you're using pentagrams, just like a lot of people in the military have on their clothes, and you also on their uniforms, and you also have that in many cathedrals. And you have, like the Star of David for the celestial coordinates, you have the six-pointed star, the hexagrams for the celestial coordinates that you're going to use in ritual, Rosicrucian, ceremonial magic, Golden Dawn style, ceremonial magic, Rosicrucian style, ceremonial magic, those kinds of things. Now, the East Elemental Archangel of Air is Raphael when we're talking about the Earth coordinates. Okay, Raphael, when we're talking about the Earth coordinates, that is going to be for the East. Okay, and for the South, the Earth coordinates, South Elemental Archangel of Fire is Michael, or Michael, the mighty archangel, who's the great protector of the legions of heaven. And the Earth coordinates of Elemental Guardian Archangels, the West Elemental Archangel of Water, you can utilize Gabriel for the Earth coordinates, okay? Now, the celestial coordinates of Elemental Guardian Angels for the heavens, for the celestial portion, their positioning. The North Elemental Archangel of Water is Gabriel. North Elemental Archangel of Water in celestial coordinates, Gabriel. The East Elemental Archangel of Fire, Michael. In the celestial coordinates, the East is overseen by Michael, or Michael, for the fire aspect and that elemental archangel representation. For the South Elemental Archangel of Earth, we have Uriel in the south. The celestial coordinates for Earth, Uriel in the celestial coordinates. The West Elemental Archangel of Air, Raphael. West Elemental Archangel of Air, Raphael in the celestial coordinates. Now, what you need to be, what's very important for the feng shui associations, you need to encourage calm associations between northwest and southeast compass directions during Yang Earth Dog year, beginning on February 16th of 2018 and ending on February 4th of 2019. So you want to, again, we're going to give you a little bit of, let's just run this down now. We'll let you understand. Okay, we're in the age of Aquarius now. The water bearer, ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Uranus can tend to be extreme, and Saturn can tend to be restrictive, although it brings a lot of security, Saturn does. So there's a lot of positive attributes about Saturn. And what you want to understand is that during the age of Pisces, which was ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. Remember, Jupiter is merciful. We've had this association that the bagua that is used in feng shui you need to understand, it is exactly the same thing as the magic square of Saturn in Western Hermetic alchemy, astrology, magic, that, the alchemical and hermetic sciences, okay, in Western magic, okay? You need to understand that. It's the exact same thing as the square of Saturn, exactly. Okay, so during the age of Aquarius, ruled by Saturn, you can use that if you want, but that might become extremely restrictive. What are you trying to accomplish? You have to think about, what are you trying to accomplish? What is your goal? Understanding the goal is very, very important. What is the goal? Understanding the goal. Very, very important. Okay, now, during the age of Aquarius, it would behoove you to take a clue from what they did during the age of Pisces when it was ruled by Jupiter. They brought in the Saturnine, because Jupiter is merciful, Saturn is restrictive and severe. So during the age of Aquarius, what do we want to do? We can use the bagua, but it's going to be very restrictive. We can use that square of Saturn, but what we should do is also learn how to use the square of Jupiter for mercy and abundance, health and wealth. And we also want to be able to bring in the square of Sol, or the sun, which is going to bring us success and creativity and that kind of thing. So understand that you can do this to bring in more things for yourself, and it's very specific. So we're experts in this type of Messianic feng shui, since it's something I've developed and popularized myself. It occurred to me that we better be mindful of the magic square we're using in the age of Aquarius. So you can contact me. Visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com. And at that time, we can set you up with a consultation for feng shui, Messianic feng shui, to get you going in this age of Aquarius in the right direction. Start this time off right. Okay, now, astrology lucky charms for this sign during the year of the Yang Earth Dog are as follows. For Sagittarius, your lucky charms, the gemstone is turquoise. The gemstone is turquoise. Okay, so you want to use some kind of turquoise during this time. The colors are blue, white, and salmon. So you want to use, blue and blue-white attributes during this time. And salmon is a beautiful color. We just love the color salmon. And the numbers 4, 6, and 1. Now, the Earth Dog lucky charms, the gemstones are diamonds. So you want to use the diamonds. And the colors during the Earth Dog year, the lucky charms are green, red, and purple. The numbers are 3, 4, and 9. Now, number combination specifics, 1, 6, and 7 are not recommended during a dog year. Color combination specifics, use green, red, or purple diamonds in a dog year. Now, Sagittarius personality during a dog year brings out qualities of being focused upon who is able to provide creature comforts for the archer, who was qualified to provide financial success and luxury, as well as being able to purchase life's plenty. Politics will reflect this in the candidates who demonstrate how they might allocate proper funds towards providing for Sagittarius will be popular with the archer during a dog year. And remember this, you want to bring in the energies of the jackal-headed god Anubis during the dog year, for he was the loyal dog and assistant for Isis and also Osiris, when he helped Isis put the pieces of Osiris's body back together after the Sethian war, where Set had a victory. So what you want to do is bring in those energies. You're also going to want to bring in the energies of the star system Sirius, which is a beautiful energy. It's a beautiful energy, the star system Sirius, and it's Sirius A and B. Some say A, B, and C, but it's a wonderful star system that we have to really get in just really line up with during this time. Now, that's often associated with the Blessed Mother, the star system of Sirius. Okay, interesting to know that. Now, to secure oneself, Sagittarius will concentrate, again, on who has the ability to do all that must be done to secure life and happiness while being forthright advocates simultaneously during a dog year. Yang Earth Dog year will strengthen Sagittarius personality during the first half of this transit, while romantic interests and love life passions will stir Sagittarius heart throughout second portion of astrological progression. So remember, you got the Libra seventh house association, and the month of Tishri, okay, for the first portion and the main portion, and then you get a little bit of Scorpio energy during the latter portion. So it's going to get a little more intense, your love life, during the latter portion of the dog year. Okay? Now, the year of the dog repeats every 12 years. And the year of the Earth Dog repeats every 60 years. So, the year of the dog, remember, it's Yang Earth Dog, masculine time, but grounded because of the Earth. Earth Dog year is formed from the attributes of being the fifth heavenly stem of Yang Earth, gotten from 10 celestial elemental qualities, and the 11th earthly branch gotten from 12 terrestrial and animal personalities. So you have heaven, and you have earth, and you have stems, and you have branches. So these are where this is gotten from. It's important to note here that the 10 heavenly or celestial stems are derived from the 5 elements in Chinese astrology, which we mentioned are fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. Now, in the alchemy and hermetic system of the West, we have 4 elements, and we have the 4 elements of fire, air, and water, and earth. And now air is represented by metal and wood in the Chinese system: fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. Okay. The 10 qualities are comprised of the characteristics of yin and yang divisions. This is yang, which is masculine, since yin is feminine. This is a yang year, masculine, within the assigned elemental attribute, with this current year of the Earth Dog being a yang Earth Dog year. Therefore, there are 10 aspects gotten from yin and yang characteristics of the 5 Chinese elements. Dog loves other dog personalities. Tiger and horse. Loves those. Dog really likes pig and rabbit and goat, and dog likes they really like goat, and they sort of kind of like snake and rooster and ox, monkey and rat. Now dog dislikes dragon, so you want to be aware of that. Dog dislikes dragon. Sagittarius is mutable fire in the Western system of astrology. The yang qualities of the year of the yang Earth Dog will increase your active and energetic qualities, giving you extra vivacity during this transit, especially when general cooler dog qualities of autumn are taken into account. Dog year increases your awareness of position in the pack, in the wolf pack or the dog pack, since human persons are also socialized into hierarchies. With that said, you should do well when it comes to finding your best and most comfortable place in the grand scheme of things. Sagittarius, the Archer year of the dog lesson: avoid overly exuberant people or pets who deem themselves class clowns or life of the party. Such types might attempt to impress you for the purpose of taking advantage of your well-planned life and finances. Enjoy what you have earned and be happy in your own lifestyle, remembering societal hierarchies and who is really top dog during Earth Dog year. Sagittarius, the Archer year of the dog blessing: expect more friendliness between people and societal groups, often thought at odds with each other, for this is the year when opposites attract. Personal, religious, and business relationships will be benefited from cooperation between differing groups of religious or political ideologies, which will all improve as well. Dog is energetic, therefore this is a very eventful and a very vigorous astrological transit. Creatures must pay strict attention if they are to find their place in Creator's great universal kingdom, because as it turns out, there is enough cornucopia of bounty for everyone in Yang Earth Dog year. Earth Dog attributes: occasion to anchor oneself in relationships, careers, and positions deemed important to the individual by her or himself. Top dogs become concerned with improving living and working conditions of underdogs. Those neglected or abused are cared for. Study and creative endeavors are great undertakings during this time. Earth Dog advice: people love your friendly and down-to-earth personality. Nevertheless, be mindful of the other's personal boundaries. This is very important. You've got to be mindful of other people's personal boundaries during this time. Extremely important. Earth Dog influence: well aware of status and position while simultaneously mindful of common goals and unified needs between all creatures. Who eats first is a concern. However, everyone being able to eat enough for good health is a must. With that said, there is no need to rush, because dog eats fast, but earth element calms him down to properly digest. As Yang Earth Dog year comes, you want to understand the Yang qualities are masculine. It's day, it's hot, it's fire, it's dry, it's summer, outer, energetic, expanding, spiritual, and the spirit itself, and dorsal or the back. Earth has worry and melancholy, tears, that kind of thing. Cold, damp, sweet, mouth. General fixed dog associations: autumn, middle, social, earth. As we said, Yang is also associated with the general dog associations, and Libra. Again, associated, the main association in the Western astrology form of astrology. Now, there are 5 elements in Chinese astrology. We mentioned it because we're going to get into the great circle of life. We have fire, metal, wood, earth, water. Fire controls metal, metal controls wood, wood controls earth, earth controls water, and water controls fire. This is the circle of life. We come full circle. As we come full circle, we attempt to balance the 5 elements. Fire is joy, heat, bitter, tongue. Earth is worry, damp, sweet mouth. Metal is grief and dry, pungent nose. Water is fear, cold, salty ears. And finally, we have wood. Wood causes an energy of anger. Wind, sour eyes. Eyes is the organ of the head. To calculate the Chinese New Year, simply count the second new moon that comes after the winter solstice. A disclaimer is in order here. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and join us again.